On July 8th, 2018, my son had a terrible accident. He was playing at the pier.
And I went to jump off and my leg fell through where there was a missing board, and the rest of my body fell over the side and my leg got caught in the middle.
He broke his femur, his right leg. It was a severe fracture. There was bone and artery that was compromised. He needed a vascular surgeon and an orthopedic surgeon, which we do not have here.
Thought I was gonna lose a leg, not be able to do any sports ever again.
Luckily, we had AeroMD.
They rushed me out because if they didn't get me out, then I would probably have lost my right leg.
They picked us up at 2 o'clock in the morning and took us to the surgeons in Miami. This is the reason why my son has a leg still.
They picked him up. It was crazy being at the airport watching this nice looking plane, but I know inside my son's on a stretcher. I took off, and y'all can say it was such a smooth flight. Actually, when I talked to her that morning, she was like, it was so smooth. The ambulance was waiting. The doctor was waiting in Miami. She was like, everything was so quick. They brought me all this stuff to sign, explained me the surgery. And they're like, we gotta get him in, let's go.
The medical staff that was there was professional and kind. It was one of the smoothest flights we've ever been. And there was an ambulance waiting for us at landing in Miami.
From the time he hurt himself, 5 o'clock at night, I think by 9 or 10 o'clock next morning, they were operating on him in Miami.
He has worked hard to recover, and he's grateful. He's grateful for AeroMD's services. And sometimes people think it's for older people, you know, when you're on island. But my son was 9, and accidents happen, and you need to be prepared. Daryan has come a long way. He is lucky to have a leg. He's gone through extensive therapy. He was in a wheelchair and crutches for a prolonged period of time.
I was in a wheelchair for probably 5 weeks maybe. I think I started using crutches while we were still in Miami after I got hurt.
Did 6 months of intensive physical therapy. Luckily for him, he was a swimmer, and swimming was the only activity he was allowed to do. And then he just started swimming and started dedicating himself to swimming. At first, his father had to go in with him in the pool.
I remember when you first started getting back in the pool, I actually watched a video not too long ago when they had a swim meet in Beeston Hill, and you were on crutches and you couldn't swim, but you were in there for the cheer. That was your first swim meet after you were walking on crutches. You didn't swim.
Oh, I remember.
You couldn't swim yet. Remember you having to learn how to start again, just to get the strength to just jump. Oh, it's been a crazy ride.
But he just kept swimming, and a couple of years after the accident, he became a member of the national team.
I'm now on the national team, and I have been since I was 11.
It was a whole series of events that saved Daryan's leg. But if we couldn't get him off island, he wouldn't have that leg anymore. We were so lucky. I mean, St. Croix, the community, I couldn't imagine not having air ambulance to get off this island. I mean, the hospital here was awesome, but there are limits to what they can do. And luckily they knew that he needed to go, and AeroMD got us to Miami.